Good evening, and thank you for joining us at our City Council meeting tonight. We'll go ahead and get started. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Adamson. Here. Bray.
Here.
Brown.
Here.
Johnston.
Here.
Moore.
Here.
Ford.
Here.
Platt.
Here. Thank you. If you'd please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, after which, if you'd remain standing for the invocation, which will be offered by Pastor Mike Popovich from the First Baptist Church.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Shall we pray? Okay. Father in heaven, Lord and creator of the universe, we thank you for the opportunity to come together and to, as a city, decide our direction under your care. I ask your blessing, I ask your wisdom, I ask your discernment on this group tonight. All that would participate, all that would share, those who decide, that you would bless. Thank you, too, for the time of the season, the remembrance of the birth of the Savior, and the opportunity we have to experience the grace and the love. We pray that we would take that love and show it to others. Again, thank you for your blessing and your presence here tonight. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. By the way. Move on to agenda item number 3 is the consent agenda. The following business items may be approved by one motion and a vote. If any member of the council so desires, any matter listed can be moved to a separate agenda item. A, minutes. Council may wish to waive the oral reading of the minutes and approve the minutes from the City Council Liaison Working Lunch of December 7, 2017. B, Treasurer's Report. Council may wish to consider the Treasurer's Report for November showing cash and investments as of November 30, 2017. Good evening, Joyce. How are you?
Good evening, Mayor and Council members. Joyce Stroshine, Chief Financial Officer for the City. Tonight I'm presenting the Treasurer's Report for the month of November 2017. Total cash and cash equivalents represent 88% of the city's monies, totaling $34,667,248. Total long-term investments represent 12% of city monies, totaling $4,663,112 for a total cash equivalents, and long-term investments of $39,330,360. This amount is down $953,348 for the month of November. On page 2 of the report, I've highlighted key receipts for the month. Animal Control received a donation of $20,000. Transit Grant, State of Idaho, $61,255. Transit Grant Federal, $120,507. The remaining section details the net change in cash and long-term investments for the city. On page 3 of the report, I report on the trust funds. Total cash and cash equivalents for the trust funds are $1,159,753. Total long-term investments, $4,487,211 for a total cash equivalent, and long-term investments of $5,646,965. Total cash receipts for the month are $35,068. Total cash disbursements, $60,455, and a net change in long-term investments of a decrease of $53,300 for an overall decrease of $78,686. On page 4 of the report is the report that lists all the cash balances with the net change for the month. I've highlighted the general fund, which at the end of the month of November is $5,471,980. On page 5 of the report is discussion and analysis, and this is presented for your review. Page 6 of the report is your 5-year trend of cash balances. Again, this month we show a very strong cash position in the city. There are 4 funds that have negative balances. They are either covered by grant receivables or by contract payments on that one that was received in December. And so this is a strong position for the city, and it's the strongest in the 5 years. This concludes my report.
Thank you. Any questions for Joyce? Thank you, Joyce. Move on to C, Community Development Block Grant CDBG Advisory Committee reappointment. Council may wish to confirm the mayor's reappointment of Alexandra Tuscanelli to continue her service as a member of the CDBG Advisory Committee. Ms. Tuscanelli's term will begin January 1, 2018 and will expire January 1, 2021. D, hearing examiner appointment. Council may wish to confirm the mayor's appointment of Kathleen Lewis to serve as a hearing examiner. Ms. Lewis's term will begin December 22nd, 2017 and is non-expiring. That's not a great committee to get on if you don't get on the committee.
It's quite good if you're not going to expire.
If you're not going to expire, it's a great one. Okay, agenda item E, Sister City Committee reappointment. Council may wish to confirm the mayor's reappointment of Tony McLaughlin to continue his service as a member of the Japanese Sister City Subcommittee. Mr. McLaughlin's term will begin January 3, 2018 and will expire January 3, 2022. F, 2017 Road and Street Financial Report. Council may wish to approve the 2017 Road and Street Financial Report. The report accounts for the city's use of state highway user dollar during the past fiscal year to the Idaho State Controller as required by law. G, Idaho Transportation Department Child Safety Seat Grant, Police. Council may wish to approve an application to the Idaho Transportation Department in the amount of $7,640 for the purpose of purchasing and distributing child passenger safety seats by police staff. And if the grant is approved, authorize the mayor to accept and sign documents related to the grant. This is an annual grant. There is no city match of funds associated with this request.
Mr. Mayor, I move we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion by Johnston and a second by Adamson. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Johnston.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Brown.
Oh, yes, now.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. We will move on to communication and proclamations. We do not have any proclamations. And so we'll move to agenda item 5, the calendar review. Council may wish to take this opportunity to inform other council members of upcoming meetings and events that should be called to their attention. January 4, 1 p.m. Council Liaison Lunch. Working lunch, January 4, 5:30 p.m. will be a agenda clarification meeting. January 4 at 6 p.m. will be a regular city council meeting. January 11 will be a 9 a.m. study session. Other events, city offices will be closed December 25th to observe the Christmas holiday. Garbage and recycle pickups will be delayed by one day. Monday pickup will be on Tuesday, etc. December 26th through the 30th, a special pickup for Christmas overflow. Bags or boxes of extra holiday wrappings will be picked up the same day as scheduled pickup. December 26th through January 9, Christmas tree collection sites. Boxes will be provided at City Hall, Rainey Park on South Arthur, and Sister City Park, entrance of the Pocatello Creek Road for Christmas tree disposal. Trees will be chipped and used for landscaping projects. Be sure to remove all strings, wires, and other objects to avoid damaging the city's wood chipping equipment. City offices will be closed January 1st to observe the New Year's Day holiday. Garbage and recycle pickups will be delayed by one day. Monday pickup will be on Tuesday, etc. Appreciation Farewell Open House for council members Gary Moore, Michael Orr, and Steve Brown will be held on January 4th at 3:30 to 5 p.m. in the council chambers. Move on to agenda item 6 is a public hearing. Public hearing proposed December fiscal year 2018 budget amendments. This time has been set aside for council to receive comments from the public on proposed amendments to the fiscal year 2018 budget. I declare the public hearing open. Joyce.
Joyce Stroshine, Chief Financial Officer for the city. The 2018 budget, adopted in August of 2017, was developed with anticipated grants and estimated revenues. The council elects to adopt a restrictive budget and amend in detail for unplanned revenues and expenses. Tonight, the Finance Department is requesting additional budget authority for expenditures related to unforeseen revenues and expenses in the General Fund, Cemetery Fund, Airport Fund, Library Fund, Transit Rural Fund, Transit Urban Fund, Sanitation Fund, Water Pollution Control Fund, Street Federal Aid Projects Fund, Street Equipment Capital Fund, and the Capital Acquisition Fund. On December 14th, I provided a detailed discussion at the study session regarding these amendments. The additional authority is needed for repairs and maintenance, long-range plan agreements, equipment, and various capital projects. The revenue is provided by grants, excess reserves, auction proceeds, and donations. The total for all the amendments is $3,911,957. This amendment process began with the 2 required public notices on December 6th and December 13th in the Idaho State Journal. No action will be taken at the end of the public hearing. Then at the end of tonight's meeting, the council will consider the amended ordinance. This concludes my presentation.
Any questions for Joyce? Joyce, has there been any correspondence?
No.
Okay, thank you. Then we will go to any testimony supporting the application. Any testimony uncommitted to the application? Any testimony opposed to the application? Okay, then I declare the public hearing closed. We'll move on to agenda item number 7, which is a public hearing, annexation.
You didn't want her to rebut any of that?
The problem is it's numbers, and she would step up and rebut everything she just said, so no, I don't. Agenda item 7, public hearing annexation request for 5096 South 5th Avenue. This time has been set aside for council to receive comments from the public regarding a request by Cal Kunkel, represented by Blake Jolly of Connections Engineering, to annex and zone approximately 11.87 acres of land at 5096 South 5th Avenue, the old Sunset Drive-In. The proposed zoning for the property is residential, commercial, professional. A comprehensive plan land use map designation will occur per Municipal Code 17.02.110 to designate the property for mixed use. At their meeting on November 29, 2017, the Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval of the request. I declare the public hearing open. City Council, before we get started, have there been any ex parte contact or communication? Okay, thank you.
Movies out there.
You're up.
Okay.
You're Blake, I presume.
Yes, correct. Sorry. Yeah, Blake Jolly, 1150 Holly Park Drive, Idaho Falls, Idaho, representing Mr. Cal Kunkel on this proposal or application for annexation. To me, it's very basic. We're trying to bring into the city a piece of property that we'd like to provide a project to the city of Idaho Falls for. We've had discussions with city staff concerning utilities and other items that the city can provide for us, and we'd like to bring this property into the city with the RCP zoning so that we can basically match similar developments in the area and go that direction. And the project will be similar to the one that we came before you earlier this year for Hawthorne Road. So if you have any questions for me, I'd be happy to
Questions? Okay. We got.
I don't know how this will go. I saw in the agenda that there was somebody made a comment about sidewalks along 5th. Has that been addressed in this?
We haven't. We're just going through the annexation and initial zoning process. We haven't provided any drawings or anything of that nature to the city at this point, but as we work with city staff, we'll definitely take that into consideration.
Okay. Okay. Questions?
Well, probably for staff, probably. Staff will come up.
Yeah, staff will be up.
I'll hold my questions.
Okay. Thank you. Staff. How we doing, Carl?
Doing well. Good evening, Mayor, members of the council. As noted in the agenda and described by the applicants, this application is for the annexation and zoning designation of a
Carl, if I hate to interrupt you, would you please state your name and
excuse me, Carl Anderson.
your position?
Carl Anderson, Senior Planner.
Thank you.
City of Pocatello. Thank you. As noted by the applicant, you have before you a annexation and zoning application for the property located at 5096 South 5th Avenue, approximately 11.87 acres of land. The property was previously the Sunset Drive-In location. The application will extend the city corporate boundary east of South 5th Avenue. The request is in statutory compliance with Idaho State Code, Section 5222, as a Category A annexation where all private landowners have consented to annexation. In this case, the property owner has consented to the proposed annexation area. The property is located within the area of city impact and lies contiguous to existing city limits at the westmost property line. Per City Code 1702-110, as land is annexed, it shall be given a comprehensive plan designation based on the provisions of Section 1701-130. In the plan designation zoning district conversion chart of this title and the review criteria listed in subsection 1702-180E, based on staff's analysis contained in the staff report, a mixed-use comprehensive plan designation is appropriate for the subject property and is consistent with the proposed residential commercial professional zoning, which allows for a mixed development options ranging from commercial and professional office to residential uses. Following a public hearing held before the Planning and Zoning Commission on November 29, 2017, the Commission recommended approval of the annexation, zoning, and comprehensive plan map designation as follows. The subject property shall be annexed into the corporate boundaries of the City of Pocatello. 2, that upon annexation, the subject property shall be zoned as residential, commercial, professional. 3, that upon annexation, the subject property shall be given a comprehensive plan designation of mixed use. And 4, Exhibit 1 detailing utilities connection and water payment requirements per City of Pocatello Resolution 2006-02 shall be made part of the Commission's decision. All noticing requirements have been met and no additional public comments have been received at this time. Staff's happy to stand for questions.
Questions?
Yeah, I do. It has to do with the water. Thank you, Mayor. This is just an annexation. It hasn't been platted, but yeah, you addressed water there. The water was based on $1,200 per acre foot at 0.66 acre feet usage per how many lots or entities? And here comes Merrill.
Merrill for Public Works is here to jump in there, but if I may really quick, the applicant did provide a preliminary showing 90 units approximately, which Public Works used in the analysis, and I'll let Merrill take it.
Merrill Coyle, the Public Works Development Engineer for the City of Pocatello. To answer the question, and the reason why the memo and the report is the way it is that's for one residential unit. And we've, in some of the past, as you've known, we've had that water payment for the annexation due at the time of the annexation agreement, and when that's done. We've looked at that the ordinance, and through the ordinance have created a policy which it allows us to do in that resolution. And we are tracking that because of some other development and some stuff that's come to pass, that at the time of final plat, that way we know exactly what is being platted, and we know how many lots exactly are being assessed, so we're not over-assessing or under-assessing at that time. So we've left it at one unit, and with that condition on there that they have, with the caveat, I guess, to say that if the final plat doesn't come before the City Council within 1 year, that evaluation will need to be reevaluated at that time. For instance, the water rights might have increased and gone from $1,200 to $1,300 or so. That 1 year caveat's there for the final plat.
Okay, so but the assumption is that we're paying $1,200 or up to $1,200 per acre foot.
That's correct.
But how much does it cost us to develop an acre-foot of water? And this may not necessarily be pertaining to this parcel of property. It may be something for the future because, again, I'm a little confused how the 18,000 gallons, is that per day, per month?
That's per month, and that's where we've taken the average of the roughly 17,000 units across the city of Pocatello and taken that average of the last 2 years. And that's roughly where we're coming out, is I think I rounded down just slightly to get the 18,000. The $1,200 per acre foot is basically our best analysis of what, without having a full study done of what water rights per acre foot is costing between what City of Chubbuck has paid, what we have paid, and what our water rights specialist has kind of said that's kind of the price what we're using right now.
Okay, so this evaluation was 18,000 gallons per month on a residential.
Yes.
But this is residential professional.
That is correct. If we looked at the others, but the same, looking at the commercial on the office buildings and so forth, we've counted that as an equivalent EDU per the unit for the business that's there. We haven't got to a point with a full study in that to evaluate that at that time, so that might be something we look at into the future, but right now it's all equivalent residential units.
Okay, thank you, Mayor.
Any other questions for Mayor or Carl? Okay, thank you.
Unless they want one.
It doesn't look like they want one.
I was just going to comment on the sidewalk, that when it is platted, I made a comment that the sidewalks, the driveways, all that will come into play and will meet the city standards.
Thank you. And Clerk, have we received any correspondence through you?
No, sir.
Thank you. Then we would look for any testimony supporting the application. Any testimony uncommitted to the application. Any testimony opposed to the application. Okay, then I declare the public hearing closed. Council, this item's before you. How do you wish to proceed?
Mayor,
Councilwoman Adamson.
I move that we approve the request.
Second.
We have a motion by Adamson and a second by Johnston. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Adamson.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 8, public hearing program year 2017 CDBG action plan amendments. This time has been set aside for council to accept comments regarding proposed amendments within the program year 2017 Community Development Block Grant CDBG Annual Action Plan. The amendments were reviewed and recommended for approval by the CDBG Advisory Committee at their meeting on November 15, 2017. A 30-day written comment period began November 21, 2017 and concludes December 21, 2017. Following the public hearing, the council may wish to approve the amendments and authorize their submission, including any comments to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD. I declare the public hearing open. Adam, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Adam Lane. I'm the CDBG Program Manager in the Planning and Development Services Department. As described by the Mayor, this hearing is the oral comment opportunity for proposed amendments to the Program Year 2017 Action Plan. The first proposed amendment is to reclassify the Senior Activity Center project. This is an administrative move to ensure accurate reporting of the project outcomes. The second proposed amendment is to change the project activity for New Day Products and Resources. New Day was awarded $9,000 for architectural barrier removal at their facility. However, the City Engineering Department has estimated the project to be over $30,000. This far exceeds available funding. New Day Products has requested the 2017 award to be reallocated to help fund a new roof at their facility. The 2017 funds would be combined with a 2018 award to complete their roof project. The third proposed amendment is to cancel the sidewalk reconstruction project for the Pocatello Fire Department Station Number 2. The City Engineering Department estimates estimates exceed available funding by over $20,000. The fire department elected not to pursue additional funding or an alternative use for the funds. The fire department's award of $8,660 would be reallocated to the city's renewal acquisition for infill project. The final proposed amendment is to create an acquisition for infill activity in program year 2017. This activity has not received funding since program year 2015, and funds in this activity have been fully depleted. At this time, we have identified another property to purchase for use by NeighborWorks Pocatello. Funding for the purchase will be moved from the city's renewal sidewalk program. The CDBG Advisory Committee recommended approval of these amendments at their meeting of November 15th. Copies of this recommendation have been available at the Marshall Library, NeighborWorks Pocatello, Life Inc., the Housing Authority, and here at City Hall, as well as on the website. A 30-day comment period began Tuesday, November 21st, and concluded on December 21st. No written comments have been received. After these recommendations were made available, we did have another project canceled. The Pocatello Free Clinic decided not to move forward with their flooring project because their needs have changed. The 2017 spending conditions would allow us to move those funds to the renewal rehab or sidewalk project. This is not an official amendment to the action plan, but I did want to bring it to your attention. Following tonight's hearing, the council may wish to accept or amend the committee's recommendation and authorize the amendment submission to HUD. That completes my presentation. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to address them.
Any questions for Adam? Adam, has there been any correspondence?
No.
Ruth, has there been?
No, sir.
Received any? Okay, thank you. We'd look for any testimony of those supporting the application. Any testimony of those uncommitted to the application. Any testimony of those opposed to the application. Okay, then I declare the public hearing closed. Council, this item is before you. How do you wish to proceed? Councilman Bray.
Mayor, I move that we approve the amendments and authorize their submission, including any comments to the Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Second.
We have a motion by Bray and a second by Johnston. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Bray.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 9, public hearing, proposed community development block grant CDBG program year 2018 annual action plan. This time has been set aside for the council to receive public comment on the proposed community development block grant CDBG program year 2018 annual action plan. The CDBG Advisory Committee recently completed its annual grant application process, concluding with the recommendations of approval at their meeting on November 15, 2017. A 30-day comment period began November 21, 2017 and concludes December 21, 2017. Following the public hearing, council may wish to endorse or modify the advisory committee's recommendations and authorize submission, including any public comments of the program year 2018 action plan to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD. The council may also wish to authorize the mayor's signature on all requests contract documents subject to legal department review with HUD and any sub-recipients or subcontractors. I declare the public hearing open. Can't get enough of it, can you, Adam?
Long time no see. Mayor, Council, Adam Lane, CDBG Program Manager, Planning and Development Services. As described by the mayor, this hearing is the oral comment opportunity for the action plan that has been recommended by the CDBG Advisory Committee for Pocatello's 22nd year as an entitlement city. This action plan was built assuming the same allocation as the current program year of $381,727. The actual amount will not be determined until after federal budget action. The CDBG Advisory Committee has recommended a list of conditions that should cover any adjustments up to 25% so that we don't have to go through a formal amendment process. Advisory Committee members and NCS staff spent a great deal of time reviewing applications to determine compliance with HUD regulations and the city's consolidated plan. The memo in your packet outlines the committee's recommendation and is shown in the far right column on the spreadsheet. The anticipated funding allowed for the approval of all subrecipient projects as well as full funding for the city's renewal program. I believe this is a well-balanced spending plan, and staff is very excited to move forward with the approved projects. Copies of the advisory committee recommendations were provided to all applicants and have been available at the Marshall Library, Neighbor Works Pocatello, Life Inc., the Housing Authority Pocatello, and here at City Hall, as well as the website. A 30-day comment period began Tuesday, November 21st and concluded on December 21st. No written comments have been received. I wanted to point out that the last spending condition, number 6, was added after recommendation by the advisory committee, but this is just an administrative note that allows us to comply with pre-award requirements. Following tonight's hearing, the council may wish to accept or amend the committee's funding recommendation and authorize a plan submission to HUD, as well as authorizing the mayor's signature on all contract documents subject to legal department review with HUD and any subrecipients or subcontractors. That completes my presentation. Happy to address any questions.
Any questions for Adam? Okay. Ruth, have you received any correspondence?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone.
We'll look for any testimony of those supporting the application. Testimony of those uncommitted to the application. Testimony of those opposed to the application. Then I declare the public hearing closed. Council, this item's before you. How do you wish to proceed? Council President Brown.
Move that we endorse this advisory committee's recommendation and authorize submission, including any other public comments that might have come along, to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and authorize you, Mr. Mayor, to sign all requisite contract documents after the legal department says you can, with HUD and any subrecipients or subcontractors.
Second.
We have a motion by President Brown and a second by Bray. Tony, could you please call the roll?
Brown.
Yes.
Bray.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 10, exception request to sell fireworks in December, American Fireworks. Council may wish to consider a request from American Fireworks represented by Kelly Willie for an exception to City Code 15.10.100, time of sale of fireworks, to allow the sale of fireworks at the former location of Pier 49 Pizza, 1000 Pocatello Creek Road. For the following dates, December 26, 27, and 28, 2017. 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. December 29 and 30, 2017. 10 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. and December 31, 2017. 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fire Department staff recommends approval of request subject to conditions.
Mr. Mayor, I move we approve the request.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Johnston and a second by President Brown. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Johnston.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Bray.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yeah.
Thank you. Agenda item 11, piggyback bid police vehicles. Council may wish to consider the recommendations of staff to piggyback bid on a State of Idaho bid to purchase the following vehicles for police department and from Goody Ford located in Burley, Idaho. A1 2018 Ford Expedition 4x4 utility SSV patrol vehicle in the amount of $37,531.35. B, 2 2018 Ford Taurus all-wheel drive Interceptor patrol vehicles in the amount of $31,187.03 each, total $62,374.06. And C, 3 2018 Ford Explorer all-wheel drive utility patrol vehicle in the amount of $30,945.04 each, for a total $92,835.12. These vehicles will replace aging high-mileage patrol vehicles. Funds for purchase $192,740.53 total are available in the Police Department fiscal year 2018 budget. Councilman Bray?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the piggyback bids listed here, A, B, and C, for a total of $192,740.53.
Second.
We have a motion by Bray and a second by Johnston. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Bray.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 12, equipment bid water. Council may wish to accept the recommendations of staff and award bids received on November 16, 2017 to the lowest responsive bidder. The recommendations are A, 2 half-ton 4x4 standard cab pickups to Herning GMC in the amount of $24,598.33 per vehicle for a total of $49,196.66. B, one ton 4x4 cab chassis truck with service body to Smith Chevrolet in the amount of $39,249. And C, one trailer-mounted vacuum excavator to Ditch Witch of the Rockies in the amount of $49,644.11. Funds for this equipment purchase are available in the Water Department's fiscal year 2018 budget.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve the Water Department purchases.
Second.
We have a motion by Moore and a second by Orr. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 13, resolution establishing a drug alcohol testing policy. Council may wish to adopt a resolution establishing drug alcohol testing policies for the following. A, Pocatello Transit Department, safety-sensitive employees, which replaces the policy previously adopted on December 2011. This policy clarified the effect of testing positive for drugs or alcohol. Sections updated job title subject to the policy and includes Department of Transportation Part 40 drug testing updates. And B, City of Pocatello employees whose positions require a commercial driver's license, not transit authority related, which replaces the policy previously adopted in December 2011. This policy clarifies the effect of testing positive for drugs or alcohol section. Updates jobs titles subject to the policy and includes Department of Transportation Part 40 drug testing updates.
Mr. Mayor,
Council President Brown.
I move that we approve these resolutions, both A, for Pocatello Transit Department, and B, City of Pocatello employees for drug and alcohol testing policy.
Second.
We have a motion by President Brown and a second by Johnston. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Brown.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 14, resolution city support of Marcy's Law. Council may wish to adopt a resolution affirming the city's commitment to supporting an amendment to the Idaho State Constitution to provide equal rights for crime victims, commonly known as Marcy's Law.
Mr. Mayor,
Council President Brown.
move that we approve this resolution showing support for Marcy's Law.
Second.
We had a motion by Brown and a second by Bray. I apologize, President Brown. A motion by President Brown
You could have said
and a second by Bray. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Brown.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
We're going to find
Thank you. Agenda item 15, NKD Technologies Agreement Water. Council may wish to approve a professional services agreement between the City of Pocatello and NKD Technologies in the amount of $44,495 and authorize the mayor's signature on documents related to the agreement subject to legal department review. The agreement includes upgrading the city's SCADA system, software, hardware, as well as provides on-site training for city staff. Funds are available within the Water Department's fiscal year 2018 budget.
Mr. Mayor, I move we approve the professional service agreement between the City of Pocatello and NKD Technologies in the amount of $44,495.
Second.
We have a motion by Johnston and a second by President Brown. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Johnston.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 16, Department of Environmental Quality Grant Acceptance and Agreement Transit. Council may wish to consider the following request regarding an Idaho Department of Environmental Quality DEQ grant to be used by Pocatello Regional Transit for the purchase of low emissions vehicles. A, accept a DEQ grant in the amount of $290,000 to purchase 2 low-floor buses and 1 ADA accessible van, and if accepted, approve a Cache Valley Community Airshed Participant Support Cost Agreement outlining the general purpose and activities related to the grant. The vehicles will be used in Franklin County and the Cache Valley to help mitigate the air quality non-attainment caused by exhaust emissions. No city funds are required for this project, and all documents are subject to legal department review.
Mr. Mayor, I move we approve this agreement for transit.
Second.
We have a motion by Johnston and a second by President Brown. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Johnston.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 17, Children Pedestrian Safety Program Grant Application and Agreement Engineering. Council may wish to consider the following request regarding a Local Highway Technical Assistance Council LHTAC grant. A, application for a Children Pedestrian Safety Program grant in the amount of $250,000, and if awarded, B, authorize the mayor to sign the program agreement form outline the program. The grant will be used for the following projects. 1, install a sidewalk on the east side of South 5th Avenue from Rocking R Mobile Home Park going north and connecting with the sidewalk that runs under the bridge at Interstate 15 and South 5th Avenue. And 2, install crosswalks across South 5th Avenue from Jason Avenue to Common Sense Gas Station. No city funds are required for this project. Staff anticipates the grant will be awarded in January 2018, and funds will be available mid-February.
Mayor?
Councilwoman Adamson.
I move that we approve the grant application and authorize you to sign the necessary documents.
Second.
We have a motion by Adamson and a second by Orr. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Adamson.
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 18, Fire Apparatus Sole Source Purchase Request Fire. Council may wish to approve a request from Fire Department staff to identify Pierce Manufacturing as a sole source provider for the purchase of up to 3 fire pumper trucks as discussed at the December 14, 2017 study session, subject to legal department and finance department reviews.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve that request.
Second.
We have a motion by Moore and a second by Bray. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Moore.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Thank you. Number 19, agenda item 19 is an ordinance approving December amendments for fiscal year 2018, appropriation ordinance in the amount of $3,911,957. How do you wish this ordinance to be read?
Very quickly.
Councilman Bray?
I move the ordinance, agenda item number 19, be read only by title and placed for final passage for publication, with the entire ordinance being submitted for publication.
Second.
We have a motion by Bray and a second by Johnston. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Gray.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Thank you. Jared, could you please read the ordinance?
An ordinance of the City of Pocatello, a municipal corporation of Idaho, amending ordinance number 2994, the appropriation ordinance for the fiscal period October 1, 2017 through September 30, 2018, providing for an increase in expenditures in the general fund, cemetery fund, airport fund, library fund, transit rural fund, transit urban fund, sanitation fund, water pollution control fund, street federal aid projects fund, street equipment capital fund, and capital acquisition fund, which increases the total fiscal year expenditures by $3,911,957. providing that the revenue to pay for said increases shall be derived from transfers, grants, unexpected revenues, and previously unappropriated cash balances, providing that all other portions of the appropriation ordinance number 2994 not herein shall remain in full force and effect, providing that this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage, approval, and publication according to law, the rule requiring that the ordinance be read on 3 separate occasions having been dispensed with.
I declare that to be the final reading of the ordinance. Shall the ordinance pass?
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 20, discussion items. This time has been set aside to hear discussion items not listed on the agenda. Items which appear somewhere else on the agenda will not be discussed at this time. The council is not allowed to take any official action at this meeting on matters brought forward under this agenda item. Items will either be referred to the appropriate staff or scheduled on a subsequent agenda. You must sign in at the start of this meeting in order to be recognized. We have had nobody sign in, and so with that, we would like to thank everybody for being here. I'd like to thank the council for your work today and the working lunch, and for tonight, we'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and with that, we are adjourned.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.